ton of questions about the arm brace that I wear in my videos, so I want to take a chance to talk about it. I want to be clear and upfront that I am not getting paid for this video. I'm making this because I genuinely believe in this product and I think it could help a lot of people out there. Now, I do have a discount link in my bio that I can earn commission through, so if you still feel like I'm trying to sell you, go use somebody else. I don't want your money. Let's get started. First off, what is it? Well, it's called the Kinetic Arm, and it's basically a movable brace that protects your shoulder and your elbow while you go through any kind of high-speed movement with your arm, whether that's throwing, hitting a volleyball, or swinging a tennis racket. You can see that there's lines of tension running throughout to keep your joints from extending into compromised positions, and it helps to stabilize the joints when they do reach those positions. The idea is not only that it protects your body while you're wearing it, but that the slightly restrictive element actually cleans up your movement patterns and helps to create a more seamless flow of energy and increase efficiency. Basically, it cleans up your mechanics. Now, the most common question that I get is, does it work? And hand to the Bible, this product is amazing. For those of you that haven't been following very long, I've been dealing with some pretty serious arm injuries for about 1.5 years now. But because this is my full-time job, I can't exactly afford to take 4 to 6 months off at a time to rehab the right way. So right before Men's League started last year, I went and met with the founder and owner of Kinetic Arm, Jason Colleran, and he set me up with both models to try out. And I am being so serious when I say this. If I did not have this brace on my arm all of last year, I would have done serious and permanent damage to my body. Now I know what you're thinking. That doesn't sound very healthy. And you're right. I do not encourage anybody to push their body to the edge like I have these last few years. But unfortunately, that's the reality of baseball sometimes. That's why you see arm injuries skyrocketing these days. Because if you truly love this game and you're a competitor and you've got that dog in you, it's hard to turn it off. It's hard to have self-control and keep the intensity down and do a 3-month build-up into max effort throwing. Throwing hard is fun and necessary. If you're trying to play pro baseball these days, you have to play a lot of baseball. If you're trying to win a starting spot on your team, you have to go hard in practice every day. These are virtually non-negotiables in baseball in 2024. So while I strongly encourage every athlete out there to do everything else the right way to protect their arm, whether that's putting in the work in the weight room or on the field, this brace is a highly effective tool to keep your arm healthy in the short term and the long term. Another really common question I get, is it restrictive? And basically, it depends. While there are noticeable differences between the two models, the original K1 and the newer K2, the restriction is very adjustable. The tighter you set it, the more support you'll have, but the less easy range of motion, and vice versa. So it's all about finding that comfortable range for yourself where your arm can still float freely into the right positions without feeling restricted, while maintaining enough tension to support everything. This can vary greatly from person to person or even day to day, depending on what your goals and your training looks like. If you're coming back from a really serious injury doing high intensity throwing or using weighted balls, the K1's probably going to be the better choice for you. I've heard that there was a guy who literally had no UCL throwing 120 feet pain-free because he had this guy on. Now, personally, I find this guy to be a little bit bulky, stiff, and unattractive, but again, it's completely about what you need. In my videos, I'm typically wearing the newer K2 sleeve, and I absolutely love it. Obviously, it's not as supportive as the bulkier K1 version, but it's lighter, it's flexible, and it looks a lot better. This is something you can easily throw on under your jersey for games without having to worry about looking weird or being uncomfortable. I just wear mine over my jersey for Men's League because it's 100 degrees outside and I don't want it to spend 2 hours straight soaking up my armpit juice. But when it inevitably does get disgusting, you can hand wash these guys in the sink. And the last major comment I want to address is the people who say it's not a good solution for longevity. They say we shouldn't be teaching kids to rely on a brace, or that throwing through arm pain isn't smart, or if you need a brace like this just to throw, then it's probably time to hang it up. And to a degree, they're right. You shouldn't wear this brace every time you throw for the rest of your life, and you shouldn't put yourself at risk of permanent damage just because you think this is some kind of magic pill. But there's a reason that weightlifters wear belts, and football players tape up their ankles, and baseball players tape up their wrists, because we know these methods can manage pain and improve performance. Now, that might not sound like the healthiest idea, but that's the reality of high-level athletics. It's not healthy. To make it to the professional level, you have to put your body through hell. And if you're gonna put your body through hell, you might as well take the precautionary steps along the way to protect yourself. So if anything I just said resonates with you, please consider checking out their website or sharing this video with your sports community. And don't forget to leave a comment and let me know what you think. Love you guys.